Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this brand new series. This is, of course, Civilization 5, and I thought with Civilization 6 being very much on the horizon right now, being released in October, it would be time to do a bit of Civ 5 in preparation for that. Now, one of my absolute favourite factions in Civ 5 is Venice. Why? Well, because they completely shake up the game. I absolutely love it when designers go in and just break all the rules that they had previously established. I mean, Civilization 5, when you think Civ 5, you think, okay, cities everywhere, lots of cities. Venice goes, actually, no, one city. You can only have one city. You can't build any settlers, you can't conquer cities, you just have the one city. You can conquer cities and make them into puppets, but you can't actually control them. Although Venice does get a little more control in that they can buy stuff in those cities, which you can't usually, but you can't actually control production where the citizens are or anything like that. And the second thing is you can actually buy city-states with great merchants. Basically, instead of great merchants, we get merchant of Venice. You send those off, you buy city-states, and that is kind of how you spread your more strategic tentacles. And in exchange for not having any cities, you get double the amount of trade routes. And this is huge because money is really, really useful. And Venice gets a redonkulous amount of money. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be playing on the Oceania map type, just because it sounds kind of interesting. We'll play with 8 players, 16 city-states. We're on king level, and we're going to do a standard-paced game. I do actually normally do epic, because one thing I dislike in Civ 5 is how quickly you seem to go through the eras. So you'll be fighting with swordsmen 1 minute, and then the next you're fighting with muskets. And it almost seems like there's no time to actually use those swordsmen. You'll move them slightly out of the city, and then boom, you have muskets. You're like, well, my army's still on the move, but now I have muskets coming behind them. It doesn't make sense. But we're going to be playing on standard, and maybe even quick. Hell, we'll go quick because I think we've only got about a month to finish this game, and I don't know exactly what my schedule is going to look like. So yeah, we'll do that. Right, I'm not going to do advanced setup because I don't want to see what the enemies are going to be like. I'm just going to go ahead and play. Standard map size. Maybe I should have gone for a smaller one. It's fine.
Greetings, most astute Doge Enrico Dandolo of Venice, master of statecraft and shrewd negotiator. Although you rose to power late in life, old age did little to slow your cunning or ambition, as you deftly managed the bustling commercial centre of Venice during a time of great instability. In aligning yourself with the Fourth Crusade, you carefully gained a strategic advantage.
Anyway, yeah, blah blah blah. Good stuff about Venice. Right. If you want to see that, then sorry. So we are starting here on the coast. This is a good thing. We have a river. We're going to have quite a lot of food, which is important because Venice needs to be a big city. We have several hills for production. We have some resources. We have 2 sugar, one of which we can trade away. We have stone for even more production. This looks like a good spot. Let's go and explore. Choosing production. Usually I go with a monument first because I like having an extra border expansion. And then research. We are actually going to be trying to get some wonders. And the wonder that we need above all other wonders is this one, the Colossus, because it gives you an extra trade route and a free cargo ship, plus extra gold, which means your trade routes themselves are worth more money. For a powerful Venice, you kind of need to have the Colossus, so we are going to rush towards that. We'll set up a couple of explorations. I'm not playing with any mods, by the way. This is just pure vanilla. I've played a couple of mods, usually like complete overhauls. There was a really good World War II one, which I totally forgot the name of. I'm sorry. I played the Faerun one. Basically, it's Dungeons and Dragons. That's quite good. Yeah, quite a few. I just really like this game. This is just a really, really solid game. And another thing, talking about Civ 6, and I'll probably be bringing this up a couple of times. When it was first announced, I was a little dubious because the graphics looked like it being horribly dumbed down. In fact, if I'm frank, it looked like a mobile title. I've actually gotten over that, having seen a couple of Let's Plays of release version of the game, and it looks a lot better than I thought it would. And one of the reasons for that is they are shaking up how the civilizations work. So like they've done with Venice, and this is one of the other reasons I'm playing as Venice, is probably don't need a scout. We'll see. Was because like I said earlier, they completely shake up the rules. And Venice plays very, very specific
but not its mineral rights.
game compared to other factions. And I really like that, and they seem to have taken that to heart in designing the factions for Civ 6. So for example, I'm trying to think what I actually know about the different civilizations. Norway. As soon as you get sailing, I think it is, all of your ships and all of your embarked units can now cross ocean. That means you can explore and colonize other continents way before others, so it's kind of a less powerful Polynesia ability. Then you have different districts. Districts are basically how you expand your city. You don't build buildings so much in one city. You build a district here, you build buildings on the district, and then depending on which adjacencies you have between those districts, further modifies what you can do. And a lot of these civilizations have unique districts, which further changes how they function. Not used to things going so quickly. We want one large city. Small empires, yes, we want tradition. Because we basically want to beef Venice up as much as is theoretically possible. Oh, we've got marble as well. Nice. It's actually a really good position. If only we could build cities. We build a city here, then we could cross through here. I like little canal cities like that. It's quite potent. Ooh, it's the very bottom of the map. Would it be even more potent then? We would be the only ones able to pass through here. Unfortunately, that's not going to be an option because we can't build cities. We are lost. We'll probably be lost for a while. Well, that was quick. Nice. Aristocracy, more production when building wonders. Which is an important one for us because we are going for a wonder. We will, however, need sailing at some point soon so we can actually start moving. So once we have ironworking, we're going to go for optics. I think I'm just going to leave the warrior here and defend because there's not going to be that much more for the scout to explore. So, what else have I learned about Civ 6? The main thing, like I was saying, was the different factions. They just look really, really strong. There are a number of different ones. Germany, Norway, England, Spain. Congo, I think, is a new one to the series. I don't think they've had the Congo before. Likewise with Norway, actually. Usually it's like Denmark. Who else is there? They have announced several. India, China, the USA, Egypt. And the way that diplomacy works is a lot of the different leaders have a personality trait which is normal for them, and then they have a couple of randomized ones. So for example, Cleopatra will only like you if you yourself are a strong empire. And if you are not, then she'll try and prey on you. So say you have a really strong... Actually, Venice would probably be like the ultimate type of nation that she would hate. Though there is no Venice as far as I'm aware yet. That's a point. What actually can I do? I can do mining. That's a quarry though. I should probably build farms so we can get a bigger city. We still have enough happiness. I don't really need any of these things. We'll go for the barracks. So yeah, if you have a really big empire, then she will try and make an alliance with you. However, if you don't have a very big empire, then she will probably try to kill you. Meanwhile, the USA likes the weaker players, so he will try and defend nations and city-states around him while smashing down, or rather while kind of providing a bulwark against the stronger ones. It's actually quite a nice island. Just too bad we won't be able to do more with it. So yeah, the reason we went up on the hill is because I was expecting these barbarians to attack us. Even though scouts do get a bonus against barbarians, we want to be in a position where we can defend against them more effectively. So we're going to go here into the forest, so they have to cross into us, into forest, if they decide to attack us. And we'll just sit there for a turn. Although they won't actually heal because we have partially moved. They're now on the plains, so we get a flanking bonus because our scout is next to it, and we get the bonus against barbarians. They have no defensive territories. We'll just smash down on them. And then we'll move you over here. And it's going to be the same thing. They have to cross the river onto the hills to attack us. Except for this guy who can attack either. And you will only be able to move one, so you won't be able to get through to me. I might stay where I am. Whenever you run away. You shouldn't be able to move too because you're adjacent to one of my guys, which will cause a zone of control and notify you. So there's probably another barbarian camp up there, considering that's where these guys came from. Right, let's have you run back into town. Have you come over here? It's a bit dangerous because you're out in the open. You're going to be attacked by two people. Like the downside of going this route is it's more limited in what worker structures I can build here. So I think I'm going to attack you with this lot, leaving you here and adjacent to them so they can't move around. And then I'll finish you off with the scout, which gives the scout a bit more experience, because experienced scouts are actually really, really potent, especially when they have the extra range, because they can basically function as artillery spotters later on. If you can keep them alive for that long, of course. More! Viking. We're going to find rough terrain. We're going to go with the visibility range. We're going to pull you back to rest and heal. We're going to put you in a forest for the defense, because you're in rough terrain. Oh no, rough terrain's hills, isn't it? Not forests. Oh well, you still do get a defensive bonus here. Fortunately, you would die if you went over there. I'll stick you in the city. We'll just have you fortify. Hopefully you can hold these guys off. We'll see. Because they didn't move, they did get the 10 hit points back, which is nice. Running. Interesting. Build another one there. Yeah, sure, why not? Venice is growing nicely. You're continuing to heal. Guy in there is healing even quicker. We'll just stay. You'll get another 10 hit points, which hopefully will be enough to counter. Got some pantheons. We're not a religious civilization, so we're not going to bother with religion. That's too tempting not to do. Bring you forwards a bit, because these guys are looking a little bit fragile. Let's build a spearman so we have something a little bit tougher. Great Library's already gone up. That usually is the first one, so I'm not surprised. You are indeed attacking me, but we do have a barbarian bonus, so hopefully, yeah, we beat you. Good. Oh, bloody hell. Alright, let's do a bit of city bombardment. Knock those guys back. Let's have you up on the hill there. And then have you get more rough terrain. Pull you back. You should not be able to reach, they can only reach up to here. We'll just sit on that hill. They'll probably loot that for a bit of health. And then maybe attack, I'm not sure. Don't think they can reach me there. Another policy. Free culture building in my first 4 cities. I'm only going to have 1. 2 turns. People with the pointiest sticks. Yes, I have a very weak army, I quite agree. We'll sit in the city because we heal faster there. We'll move down here with you. I'll stick you here. You can attack into them, but they're in the forest, they get the bonus against barbarians. They'll do a little bit of damage at least, and this puts them into range of Venice, so Venice can bombard. Ironworking.
Can't wait to strike till
marvellous. So here in Venice, once we have built the spearmen, we're going to add the queue, and we're going to start building the colossus. I'm going to bombard, do a bit of damage. And you are still healing up. Oh, even more iron. Crikey. In fact, if we grab that iron, then we can build swords, which would be very useful, actually. Let's go and do that. That requires a mine, I think. Yeah, it should do. So yeah, for the next episode, I'll look at the different Civ 6 civilizations again, and report back on precisely how they are different. And show you precisely why I am so excited about how it's all going to form up. I could definitely kill that unit, but then if I move there, you're open, you can attack me, which I'd rather not have happen. I think we might get another tile pillaged, but that's okay. We're going to get our spearmen in 2 turns. And then we'll be quite a lot stronger. Plus our current warrior is beefing himself up quite a lot. We'll hit into there to do a lot of damage. I think we'll just sit here on the hill in the forest across the river. If you attack me, that's basically suicide. Suicidal.
Shall the clay sate it?
And we will give you rough terrain. Now you get a free promotion because you were... You were built in a city with a barracks. Dangerous, but I'm very confident that these guys will be able to kill him. Hello? No? Okay, I need to move one of you out so that the other one can actually attack. So you can't attack while there's 2 people in the city. It's the stacking rules. There we go. Victory is ours. Let's get another visibility range so you can see absolutely miles now. We'll stick you back into Venice to heal, and then I'll basically have you patrolling the coastline. Meanwhile, let's send the spearmen out. See what they can do for us. Early warning, if nothing else. You have built that. Marvellous. I'd say let's go and repair some of these structures. You are healing up. Get you up on the hill so you can see a bit further. Move you out to... Yeah, you are healed up. So we could go and take down one of the camps. We probably should, because I want those ruins. Although, no, we're going to go this way. Because we want to take the ruins with the scout, because I think you get better off. Is that true? I'm not sure, actually. I think you get better stuff if you explore with the scout. That might only be true for the Iroquois? Where's Civilopedia? There. It is a unit. It is an ancient era. Pathfinders. Ability is native tongue. May choose the benefit when discovering ancient ruins. Okay, so it's not native tongue. I think you do still have a higher chance of an improved discovery with a scout. Let's say here. Units. Scouts. Doesn't say. Used for exploration, ignores terrain cost. Which is why they're so quick.
He who commands the sea has command of everything.
And now we can build cargo ships, but we have not discovered anyone that we can actually trade with yet. So, somewhat useless. We're still building the Colossus. In fact, do we get a build bonus if we have stone or something? No, it requires masonry, which is only here. Let's get that, and then optics. Because then we can build the quarry here, and we'll actually have more production to actually build stuff faster. Aha! I thought as much. My scout should be almost ready. Archers are shooting at me, but I'm on a hill, so I shouldn't take much damage. I'm not going to move. You can't bombard. Good. Meanwhile, scouts ready. Let's send the scouts over on the edges. Can I embark? No, that's not Dick's skill. Okay, cool. But I will be able to very, very soon. Let's have you attack the archers. Let's have you move over here in preparation for moving up. Don't think we'll kill them all. Oh, we did. Oh, I should have moved you onto the hill then. I got impatient. That's repaired. It's slightly dangerous because we could have barbarians appearing over there. So I'm just running around the edges so I can see everything. There's a barbarian camp there, which means that it will be spawning these boats, so it's kind of dangerous to send trade transports around that way. Cargo ships even, that's what they're called. Pantheon founded, another one. Like I said, we're not that interested in religion. I mean, we could probably found one of our own, but I'm much more interested in money. So if you kill them, just because I know you'd kill them in one shot, and then you move up here. Ready for a flank attack against this guy next turn. Cool. So I think that marble does increase the speed that you build ancient wonders. I think. A little bit rusty, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure that is a thing. So you attack here. So another rough terrain. And yeah, we'll attack. Should win it. Quite a lot stronger. No. Unlikely that you'd attack us, because I don't think you'd win, but still. I'm somewhat surprised that we didn't win that fight. Scout continues going around the edge. We'll use the spearmen to finish him. So that he gets the extra experience. Alright, let's send people home and have them rest up. Build me a quarry. Even more barbarian ships. Thankfully we do get our unique unit fairly early on, which is a more powerful galleass. It's the Great Galleass. It even sounds... oh wait, I moved you in the wrong direction. Whoops. The Great Galleass, meaning that I'll be able to take these ships down a little more easily. I'm getting unhappy myself. Which is okay. We'll just go onto the peninsula, it'll be pretty much as good. We'll just sit here, rest up, and then we'll push forward with our spearman and warrior again. Although we have actually got iron, so we can turn the warriors into swordsmen. Let's do that. We'll move over here, we'll hit that, and now we have swordsmen. Marvellous. Let's have a look around. Ah, city-state over there, good to know. Have you come in a bit closer so that you can rest up? It's more effective if you rest up in your own territory, and even more effective if you rest in your city. I think it's plus 10 in your own territory, plus 25 in the city, something like that. A new policy. We'll take the +1 gold, -1 unhappiness for every 2 citizens in the capital, because we are expecting Venice to be massive. And that plays rather well into that theory. See, it's already a 7. It's actually a very, very good location. It's one of the best locations I've seen. We want to build up this. So we've got the quarry up, which is speeding this up. Look at production. Policy modifier, wonder modifier for Colossus. What's the wonder modifier? If we look in here, and then marble. Yeah, plus 15% production when building ancient or classical era wonders. So that is definitely a very good one to have, combined with the bonus that we already have is basically plus 30% wonder construction for ancient and classical. And that's hopefully going to mean the Colossus and the Great Lighthouse. Both of those puts us in a really strong position.
Made an instrument to know if
There we go. Great Lighthouse is now available. Next turn, we'll start building. And we have our very first great merchant. However, we're going to stick him in Venice and then fortify him because we don't want to lose that guy. Because we will ultimately want to use him to buy another city, which we have not been able to do just yet. Next research. We could continue to push up this way. I mean, the next wonder that we probably want is theology. Right? Where are you? It is probably the most powerful wonder in the game, as soon as I can find it. Oh, it's actually later than I realised. I guess. No? No. Pretty sure it's Renaissance. Where are you? Oh, there it is. Physics. Notre Dame. Plus 10 happiness. That's ridiculous. That means that your empire can have 10 more citizens than it should ordinarily be allowed. Now, bear in mind that I would probably put most of those in Venice, and Venice becomes even stronger. So we do probably want to make our way towards physics. So we'll just set up that line like so. That looks good to me. And then after that, we'll probably go for compass, so that we can get the Great Galleass and more trade routes. Cool. I'll leave you there. Anyway, I think that will do for the first episode. So you've kind of seen what's going on here. No, someone built the Great Lighthouse. Kidding me. Bollocks. Well, we got the Colossus, which is the important one. So we got our free cargo ship. We have an extra trade route, which of course for us means 2 extra trade routes. So we currently have 4 possible trade routes, though I don't think we actually have anywhere that we can trade with. Nope. So we do need to try and get a trireme or something out so that we can do a little bit of sea exploration. Anyway, that's going to have to be something for next episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying this series, then please do let me know. I'll try to bring up some more Civ 6 news as and when I see it. I'll also try and remember to watch the faction release videos again, so I can talk a bit more about the different factions that we will be seeing in that. But generally, yes, there was actually one other thing I wanted to say. When Civ 5 first came out, I thought it was quite a weak game. In fact, it was one of the weakest releases that Civilization series has had, except probably for Beyond Earth after that. But anyway, they changed their design team and brought in some new people. They were the ones who were responsible for Brave New World and Gods and Kings, which were the reason basically that Civ 5 became what is now probably the best in the series as opposed to the worst in the series. And those same guys are now working on Civ 6, and that is why I'm so confident about Civ 6 actually being really, really strong. It's because they have the right people working on it. And that matters. That matters a lot. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.